What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the LTQ Wrestling Podcast. This week's SmackDown is officially in the books. We had KO and Punk, Lash Legend and Tiffy. We had Baron Corbin against Lil Yachty getting set up for Sunday night's main event. We had Blake Monroe apparently going to have a match, and then she attacked Julian. Didn't happen. We also had the MFTs retain against Priest and R-Truth, and then we had Randy Orton and Cody kick off the show. We'll start off talking about obviously the main event, the big, story. Sami Zayn costing Kevin Owens the WWE title match against CM Punk. You know what? CM Punk and KO went at it. I really enjoyed the match overall. I thought they had some good near falls. The crowd was into it. Sammy comes out there after the ref gets knocked out. It seems like the refs always get knocked out. And then he hands KO the title. And he goes, use it, use it. And KO does what every babyface does. It seems like, oh no, I can't do this. I'm a good guy. I can't hit him with a title. He pretty much had that same expression Cody had when he refused to hit, I believe, Cena with the title. He was like, no, I can't do this. No. And then ended up costing him the match. KO then gets hit by the belt with Sammy in the face, gets hit with the GTS, gets pinned 1, 2, 3. After the match, CM Punk celebrating. Sammy ends up attacking him, and he knocks out both Punk and KO to end the show. He stands tall. So, Q, did you like the match between KO and Punk? And what did you think about Sami Zayn getting involved and screwing KO?
It was a pretty good match, good near falls back and forth. That Sami Zayn, it's a fair. I understand. We understand why he did it, but I don't know. We don't want to get that rivalry again. That match they had, and they went almost 40 minutes beating each other to death. I think that was enough for them to, you know what I mean, not have a match for a good while. But like you said, look like seems they're going towards that direction.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to seeing it either. Seen it enough times. And part of me really wanted KO to win this match. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even if he had a short title run for like a month or two and then Punk wins it back, I really was hoping that would happen. Unfortunately, it's not. Maybe they're going towards a triple threat. Obviously, Cody's busy with Randy Orton, so I feel like maybe a triple threat between these three is probably the most likely scenario. Sammy is dealing with a broken hand, unless that's kayfabe. I mean, he does have, his hand all wrapped up and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know when he's going to be available to wrestle. They said he's out indefinitely. That could have just been a fake story WWE put out. Who knows? But he does have a wrapped up hand. I mean, the KO and Sammy feud, like, look, it's happened so many times. QJ talked about the last match they had. That was the last match KO had before he went and got the neck surgery. It was one of the best matches of that year. I really loved that match. It was back and forth. It did some crazy spots. How do you really top that if they face off again? Like, I just don't really see the point. Like, I get it. They always have all this history. WWE loves to go back to the same type of stuff. It seems like they're doing the bloodline stuff again. They might be going back to Sammy and KO again. But, like, personally, I would have just had them on separate shows, if I'm being completely honest. I understand they want to keep doing this whole Sammy getting screwed thing. He's kind of getting the Drew treatment where they're going to keep screwing him and he's losing it. And he's going to keep claiming he's the good guy and he's getting screwed and he's messing with other people now and he's finally lost it. Like, I get that's the story, but it's just like Raw's really lacking main event talent right now. And you could have had KO go there, maybe feud with Rollins or do something like that. That's what I would have done. I get it. There's a lot of stories for him on SmackDown with Punk and Cody and Randy and Sammy, but it's just like, I don't know. I wasn't too thrilled with this main event outcome. The referee getting knocked out every main event's lame to me. Sami Zayn screwing him is lame to me. KO not using the title to hit Punk is lame. Like, they just make like, the problem with Triple H is he just makes his baby faces look like geeks, and I just hate it. Like, okay, you're a good guy. A win's a win. Like, I get it. You want to win the right way and all this other stuff. KO should just not care. Like, yeah, he's a quote unquote baby face, but he's also a prize fighter. He should be a guy that just wants to kick people's butts, win, and do whatever it takes. Like, it just didn't really fit the KO character to me. It didn't really fit KO. It didn't fit a lot of stuff. I just didn't like it. And it's a shame a match like this ended like that. I get it. They don't want KO taking a pin right now. He just came back. But I don't know. I was kind of disappointed with this outcome. I just don't really like Sammy and KO being in a feud again. It's just I like seeing something new. You don't see a lot of new stuff in WWE now. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll see what it leads to next week. Obviously, KO's not going to be a happy camper. Punk, I mean, he retained, so I'm sure he won't care too much. But he did get attacked after the match, and then Sammy, I'm sure, will try to play the victim and do what he does best. So that's our recap of the main event. Other stuff on this show, Lash Legend and Tiffany faced off. Not really too much to say about this match. Lash got the win. Chelsea comes out for Nia and Lash try beating down Tiffany. And that's really it for that. We had a little Yachty and Trick segment. They call out Corbin. Corbin comes out there. He's talking about him against Trick, and he tells Trick, you know what? I'll fight you if your boy Yachty can last 5 minutes with me at Sunday night's main event. If I beat him, though, you're not getting another title match. So Little Yachty's doing a match, and it's been talked about for a while. QJ, what'd you think about this segment? Are you looking forward to seeing Little Yachty finally have a match against Baron Corbin at Sunday night's main event?
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what he can do. You know what I mean? He was um say he supposed to have a match coming, so let's see how he gonna do. Will he last? I feel he will though.
Yeah, I mean the only way I'd see him losing if they don't want Trick to take another loss to Baron Corbin. Maybe that's their strategy here. Like he loses and then Trick just moves on to something else. I mean, it would be tough to see Corbin beat Trick twice. I don't know if they're going to do that unless they have like a certain type of match where he doesn't need to pin him. That's a possibility. Going to be interesting to see Lil Yachty do something. I mean, he's been training for this match for a minute now. It's been talked about how they've been wanting to get him in a match. So this is it. We'll see how it goes. Maybe he'll surprise us all. I've been surprised by many celebrities in the past: Bad Bunny, Logan Paul, Pat McAfee. So maybe he'll do well, and you just never know. You never know what some of these celebrities are going to do. They have a lot of time to train. They're around a lot of good professionals, so we'll see. Blake Monroe was supposed to have her first match against Julia. Julia's walking down to the ring. Blake attacks her from behind. That's what she's been doing for weeks now. Takes her out. They get in the ring. She hits the neutralizer, which is her finisher, and walks away. So we don't even get a Blake Monroe match. QJ, were you disappointed by this? Were you looking forward to seeing Blake finally have a match on the main roster?
Yeah, definitely disappointed. I don't know why they did that. They should have just, even though she did attack her, should have just had to, wait for it to recover, had the match start. And I don't like the way they did that. It's creatives, you know what I mean? We gotta have a question mark with them.
Yeah, unfortunately, these are two women who have just been the victim of WWE's bad creative. Both of them were such big deals outside of WWE. Even in NXT, they both were pretty well booked. Blake was a little bit questionable in NXT, but she was a lot better booked than she is on the main roster. Then Julia was like, seen as one of the top female stars coming out of NXT with her and Stephanie Vercure, and it just hasn't went that way for her, unfortunately. And I don't really know what's next. Maybe they eventually do have a match next week. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to really care about anything Julia does, and that's a shame because she's really good. Blake, I have a lot of hope for, but with her booking so far, it's been very questionable. It's like they called her up and had no definite plans for her. So we'll see how it goes for Blake Monroe. I think she still could be a major player on the main roster if she's booked correctly. And so far, creative has failed her to a T. So we had Priest and Truth against the MFTs with the tag titles. I actually thought this was a pretty good match. It was back and forth. They went at it. MFTs retained after they hit their weird tag team finisher on our Truth. And then after the match, Truth's getting up. Damian Priest gets in the ring. He kind of teased a little bit of a heel turn with him. Not sure if they're actually going to pull the trigger on that or not. But QJ, what do you think about this match? And do you see Priest eventually turning on Truth?
Yeah, it wasn't a bad match. They went at it. I did though Priest was gonna turn on Truth right there, but I could see it coming. Probably just stalling it. But yeah, like you said, they've been these two teams been facing each other too much. Need some new people in the scene, you know what I mean? Let's get this tag team back to how it used to be. I don't know, it just feels not being cared for. It's just like, it's whatever at this point.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't really put a lot of effort into it. It's just like kind of like, here we go. Here's a tag match. They are apparently trying to freshen up the tag team division. They do have Nakamura and Tanahashi. I always say Takahashi or Tanahashi. I always get them mixed up. But he is having a new tag team partner, one of his friends from New Japan. So that's an interesting team. You got Nathan Frazier and Fraxium. They're an interesting team that's just not been booked for on the main roster. You got the War Raiders. I hate calling them the Viking Raiders. It's a habit. My bad. War Raiders. So you got some teams in the mix. It's just they don't really use a lot of them for whatever reason. It's a shame. So the final segment that started off the show, they show Sammy ranting to Nick Aldis about being screwed over and over. He mentions Randy Lawson had no business getting involved in that match. And then Randy shows up right behind him And then Cody's calling out Randy to the ring. Cody is not happy. Obviously, they brawled in last week's SmackDown. And they go back and forth. They're wanting to fight each other tonight in Toronto. They don't want to wait 2 weeks for Sunday night's main event in Cody's hometown in Atlanta, Georgia. And then Aldis says if they lay their hands on each other, neither one of them get a world title shot. And Randy says he can't have that happen. He wants to win a 15 times, 16 times, 17 time. And he's talking about how he used the chair on Cody, and Cody didn't use the chair because he's a good guy. He's a company guy. He's the golden boy. He's the American daydream, not the American nightmare. I thought that was a funny quote. And he said, and then pretty much he's saying Cody doesn't know who the legend killer will be for Randy Orton, but he's not going to be him. And then Cody says it will be him. He's the QB1. Randy's always worried about him and that he will be the one that slays the legend killer. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing here. They went back and forth. QJ, did you like this segment? Are you looking forward to their match on Sunday night's main event?
We'll see how it is. I mean, we will definitely see how it is. I don't know. I don't really be watching the Sunday night main events. Well, I don't know. I think they should just kept it Saturday. I don't know why they changed it. Sunday. I guess that's probably one time thing, right? What?
Yeah, it probably is a one time thing. They haven't said nothing about like other ones, but yeah, probably one time thing. I mean, I watched it a little bit. I mean, I think I still have someone's Peacock account. I think it's someone I know. I don't even remember whose account I have actually. I know it's not my own anymore. But anyways, I'll probably end up watching it just to see what happens. Do some shorts on it. But I mean, I don't know if I really have too much expectations in this match. Randy don't be doing a whole lot in his matches, and Cody's really just been kind of spamming Cody cutters. I'm expecting a lot of Cody cutters, a lot of crossroads,
Yeah.
a lot of hangman DDTs, and a lot of RKO's in this match. That's really
Spam
all I'm expecting.
signatures, finishes, or do they little whatever basic move and get the
Yeah, that's
rest.
it. I'm not expecting a classic match between these two. I mean, the match at WrestleMania wasn't terrible. Besides,
Mm.
obviously Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll being involved, that was just stupid. But at least they won't be involved this time because Pat McAfee said he's never coming back to wrestling, which who knows if that's actually going to be a true thing or not, but he keeps saying that. And then Jelly Roll just pretty much just dipped out and said, yeah, this is bad. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. So we'll see. I'm glad they're getting a proper feud. It seems like it's basically a number one contender for Punk whenever he's done with this whole Sammy and KO thing. So we'll see how it goes. I think the SmackDown was a solid show. It wasn't the worst SmackDown I've seen in a while. So had some good bright spots. Obviously, the main event had a weird ending. I still don't know what that's going to lead to. We had some feuds continue. We also had some new stuff kind of pop up. So SmackDown's been pretty good for the most part the last few weeks. I think it's going to continue, obviously, with new stars showing up like Kevin Owens and Sammy and the main event scene and everything. So we'll see how it continues. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed our review. Make sure to like and subscribe for more LTQ Wrestling Podcast content. We are also on Spotify for to listen to your stuff. We are also on there at LTQ Wrestling Podcast. As always, appreciate the support. Peace.
Peace.